day of Upward Bound very clearly. It was the first day of summer and our first weekend at Laurentian Environmental Center. We had to fulfill our science requirement going to this camp. There were 30 of us students coming into the program, and our first session had to do with navigation. And we had to navigate with a GPS throughout the wilderness. The 30 of us students got split up into 6 groups of 5, and I really did have good intentions into meeting new people, and I was excited to learn what I could gain from Upward Bound in this new community I would build. After a while, I realized that one of the students had automatically made themselves their leader. And at first, I was okay with that. I just let him do it because I didn't want to bring up bad intentions already within the group. But after a while, when we went walking into the wilderness, I realized we were going the wrong way. We started to go off the path and into just trees. And once I told the student that I felt like we had to go the opposite way, he automatically shut down my opinion and told me to shut up, implying that I didn't know where I was going because I was a girl. I immediately began to feel my body become warm and just flustered with anger. And without thinking, I began to scream at his face. I began to swear at him, just everything that had made me angry before, it came all out into him. I literally was screaming at the top of my lungs. And throughout the whole way, we kept arguing. And suddenly, we realized that we were lost. We were in the middle of nowhere, and the forest began to seem a lot bigger than it really was. And the trees and the bushes and the rocks just came closer and closer, and the crickets and the chirping of the crickets just became louder and louder as we got deeper and deeper into the woods. Suddenly, still frustrated, I began to see panic struck the faces of my teammates, and even tears began to come down their faces. And I remember just trying to calm myself down and calm my other teammates down so we can get out of the woods. And eventually, as we all calmed down, we got up and decided to retrace our steps, and fortunately we found the campsite within an hour or so. After that, I immediately went to go talk to my advisors because I felt so disrespected and still so upset with what has been told, what he said to me earlier that day. And I also felt ashamed for just letting my anger get the best of me. And I have never once after that day said immediately what I didn't think beforehand. After that, Donnie and I finally gained courage to apologize to one another. And after a couple years, I began to realize that I had really built a home in this community. And through Upward Bound, they became my family. And without them, high school just wouldn't have become possible. High school was really unpleasant for me, and I only got through it because of my Upward Bound family, because I felt like I truly belonged with them and that we were all going in the same direction. And I gained so much from them. I gained a new family, and just a resource that was given to me was so beneficial and increased my academics. Upward Bound is what made college possible.